Hello everybody, VG Time back again with another deck profile. This time I'm bringing back a deck that I had already did a profile on, but showing you the current version. When I made it originally, there was of course a change in the ban list that caused the deck to be unplayable. And I still like the leader, still like the deck, so I made sure I came up with a version that looked pretty good to me, played very well, very solid. So without further ado, let's get to it. So we're looking at the Reboot Masked Saiyan leader again. This guy, very strong. In this deck, I usually kill on turn 2 or 3. Like I said, very straightforward. If you don't know what he does, just go over real quick. He has a burst 3 activate main, where if you happen to burst a black card, he gains critical. If you burst a non-black card, he gains +5. Your hope is to get both, so you're swinging for 15k critical. And you also get to add a life to your hand, which is important because you want to get to the back as quickly as possible. He awakens at 4 or less life, so at that point you get to untap 1, draw 1. Backside, same activate main, but it gains an auto to draw a card and another auto that says if you spirit boost, you add a life to your hand and you restand him, but you negate his keyword skills. So even if he had critical on the first swing, he doesn't have it on the second swing, which makes sense, you know. But any power boost he gained, he would keep. He gets to draw each time, so just overall good. So this is no longer a 5-color build, so we are playing a free stuff, but we're going to this unison right here because it's strictly better if you're not doing the 5-color build. So we run the free. All the cards that we should be familiar with because they go into most Black Saiyan burst leader decks. But unlike the SS4 Gokus and various other leaders, because he bursts on the backside, the ability to see these again during the game is actually quite high. We now go with, for this guy right here, and for this guy, that way we have 8 spirit boosters that don't care what energy you're at. So another thing is that we run all this blue so we can run Bean and this 1-drop Goku. So we all know what Bean does. The 1-drop Goku is a take a life critical, 15k. So early game, you want to try to establish one of these on like turn 1 or turn 2. And then hopefully your opponent hits you once, you're able to take a life on one of these 2, and then mill and take the last life so you'll awaken on turn 2. Once you awaken on turn 2, you get the power of having milled 6. So you're going to most likely hit some of this stuff. And it sets up heavily your overrun package of 4 of those, which come into a trial deck itself. Card is kind of savage. And then 4 man on a mission. So you want to have your overwhelm have the potential to do double strike crit without you having to spend cards on it. You want to hold your Champa effects for like your leader or, you know, one of these other cards that you would be attacking, but primarily for your leader. These guys have it inherently, him because he has a keyworded, and him because of an activate battle ability where you can warp a card from your hand to give it to him. So if you have additional copies like the Unison or like these guys who literally you're never gonna cast, you could just warp it from your hand, give him double strike on top of the critical he has, and then combo accordingly. You do see a lot of cards with this deck, so don't be afraid to combo a little bit. Super combo still this card right here. You get to 4, like I said, usually on turn 2. The only time it doesn't happen is if you're playing against someone who is walling up super hard, and even then that's not out the normal for you to have seen one of these and then seen another self-awakener and be able to get there, or have the self-awakener and mill a Trunks and then the trunks also take a life, so you don't even need them to even do anything for you. So you get the 4, you have the 4, draw a card. We'd love to play Vegeta, but we don't have all black energy. We play our 5 double strikers, so 3 Champa and 2 Kai. A lot of people will probably ask about the card that's meant for this deck, which gives 15k in double strike. And I would say this just like I said in the other video. That card is great, but it's only used for here. I could Champa anything else in the deck. So that's the reason why I'm not running that over these guys right here. Also, you want to have your color energy not color energy, your colored battle cards or cards in general, so that you proc is +5. This right here is a cute edition because this is what I used to play back in the day. 2 copies of Bodyguard Legend. So if you're going second, Legend allows you to have a pretty powerful turn, assuming that things go kind of right, because you get to Legend, kneel your 3, get your stuff, make a Self-Awakener, and put a lot of pressure on your first turn, and then, you know, force them not to deal with it. Or you could, instead of making a Self-Awakener turn 1, make a Unison turn 1 if you didn't mill one. Have them on their turn 2 make their plays, or on their turn 1 make their play, and then come back to you, you get the Legend, Self-Awakener, and now you have just a free body that's 15k that you get the pressure. And then lastly, we play Kai. Unlike in a lot of decks, Kai in this deck is truly an offensive option. If you're going first, and you didn't kill them on 2, you just gotta survive through the crackback. Then on 3, you charge your 3rd energy, you start going in again, and then you make Kai. Kai plus double strike is 50k double strike, plus whatever else you have on it, and it's pretty hard for your opponent to get up. So that's basically it. If you're looking for, you know, a strong non-mono black variant of the deck, this is it for you right here, and has been very good for me, and hopefully it'll be good for you as well. So that is it for this deck. With that being said, this is VG Time signing out.